Bo in the van because he cannot go into the actual museum building, but yeah, she can go from front to back, and she's water and food, and the windows are always a few centimeters open. So that's the boat we were at right in the beginning, and now we learned they had to take the stones, the ballast out, because the boat actually cracked. So they're of course going to fix it, but they also want to learn why it cracked. So that's a good thing about this place. It's not just about rebuilding old stuff, but also, yeah, learning and why do things happen and how did they build it and why did they build it that way. So I like that very much.
This boat over here is a freighter.
Yeah, it's
this one
freight boat.
Is a warship.
Yeah,
but that one is a freighter.
Yeah, maybe we can see from the other side on the grass in a minute, because then you can see the actual difference. That's a very wide boat and with a deeper keel, and this one is more shallow and way more narrow, and you can understand why.
We will walk over there and have a look at this one.
Here you can see that freight boat, and it's quite wide. I'll walk over to the boat ramp and show you guys from there. Then we can also see the front of the warship. It's way more narrow.
I actually think it would be okay to get on board. She talked about if you go on board that boat, then...
Oh yeah?
Yeah, they put a lot of tar to get it waterproof.
Yeah. But you could see for the balance. I don't know if it shows. I can try to... No, it won't show. But there are stones in the for the balance. But it's, I think it's about 4 meters wide. So yeah, and that's the warship. Yeah, that's also a different sailing boat. This is a real, it's a sailing boat.
And then the one over there, the colorful one over there with the, this is a narrow...
And the warship. Yeah, it's for rowing and it can sail.
That's quite a difference.
Let's see if I can walk to the other side.
A narrow boat here as well for rowing. It's pure for rowing.
Yeah, from here you can actually see that it's way smaller. It's longer, but it's smaller. It's about 2 meters, 2.5 meters wide, and for a bigger boat it's fairly long. But then, yeah, it was used for rowing first, and then put a sail in. And it also it has not a very deep keel, so you could enter very shallow waters with it. And with the rivers in Europe being very shallow water, you would need something like that to, when you, yeah, like say, and go up the rivers in France or stuff. And this one is more deep in the water. Here's a piece of the stern like we saw in the boatyard. The ship they were just finishing, and it needed like 3 boards on top of it. This is one of the original ones. Look how nicely the building is built into the fjord. That's cool. So this is the freight boat. can actually see how wide it is. Oh no, this is not a freight boat. This is smaller. It is a trading ship, so it is some kind of freight boat, but it was only for coastal trading, so within the fjord and just along the coast. It's so amazing. Imagine, this is about 1,000 years old. This really is amazing. Look at this also. They put in a few new nails, like those ones, the round ones, but are actually the original old clinker nails are still in some parts. You can actually look into the boat. It's in the middle. You can see the part where the sail used to go in. Let's see, we can tip it down a bit. Yeah, there. There's the hole, and with the stump of the branch from the original tree still attached to the bench. It's the part we saw in the boatyard, but then a bit smaller. The one in the boatyard would be, yeah, bigger. Yes, isn't that amazing? Over 1,000 years old. With the next ship now is this one. You can just pause when you want to read it all, but it's a small warship with about 30 warriors. And just talking to Lars about it, as you see, it doesn't really have a deep keel, so it can go up to the European rivers. And I know, like in France, they really did not expect the Vikings to go up the Seine and other rivers. They just tried to protect the coastal areas where they thought to be vulnerable, but the Vikings just went up the rivers. Their own ships couldn't, because they were the big trading ships. Deeper keels and stuff like that. The boat building is quite different from the Middle European regions to the Northern European regions. So yeah, look at this. And then here you can see like the big holes. I don't think they're especially for the oars to put through, because they just put them on. But I don't know. But here is also a piece of the shield rack, so they could just hang shields on the outside of the boat to protect it. Over 1,000 years old, people. Yeah. Actually, the site they found all these boats that are in here. There are 5 Viking ships in here, and they found them all in the same place. I think they just sank off old ships to form a blockade in the fjord, so boats with deeper keels couldn't get in. Quite smart, actually. Now, taking the guided tour, we learned that this is something they think, but they haven't actually found sails from a Viking ship, because, yeah, of course, it is be an organic material like linen from flax or wool. It's probably used also, and that, yeah, there's nothing left of it after 1,000 years. So this is something they are not really sure about, how the sails look like and how they were made, but from other parts of the world they think it's like this, linen or wool. Yeah, here we see some leftover pieces like we saw in the boatyard, like the ribs and the wooden pegs. And they were all from this ship, the Roskilde number 2. There's not really much left of it, but they are found in that place. Here you can actually see a picture, reconstruction of the archaeological site where they found the ships and how they were sunk down. So this is how they were found. To block the fjord, prevent ships with a deeper keel to get in. This is quite a big ship. It really is a large one. It's also very interesting that tree that was used for the keelson, so this one, it was felled during May-June in the year of 1042 after Christ. So it's, yeah, it's 1,000 years old. Incredible. So the actual ship we saw outside where they took the rocks out now, they went from a voyage here from Roskilde in Denmark to Dublin in that ship. So it just proves the efficiency and the seaworthiness of a boat like this. It's really amazing. This is one of the scale models from one of the boats inside here. It's a number 5. Real cool. So the scale model is actually of this one. This is the number 5 boat. And this really looks like this is the big the freight boat. It's very wide. It's easily those 4 meters across. And here also it's a scale model of it. Beautifully made. Real great. Even with all the nails and stuff. Amazing. Ross told me about the unburying with big storms. That yeah, the boats are right out here at the fjord. But look at this, how high the water came up to the windows. And they really had to do their best to keep this ship safe, and yeah, had to renovate. Here comes the Viking Armada. That's a way to block off a fjord with wooden barriers, so they could use the boat for the opening, like a big boat with rocks. Sink it. So
you have to pass through the little people.
yeah. So the boats we see up here, they are actually the boats that were sunk off in that opening in the wooden barrier. So the opening, they're in there. There's another one, the 10 scale model of the number 1 boat. Now they actually put people in. So
That is the freight.
yeah, it's a freight boat. We just saw from the other side and from the top, like the black one outside. Here they actually have some video of the boat we've seen in the harbor. That was a cargo. Amazing. So this is the actual boat we've seen in the harbor. It's a replica, and they took it across the North Atlantic. It's really amazing. And here we get up to a scale model of the large warship. Look how impressive that must have been when that came into the fjord with all the shields on the side, the big sail, and quite a long boat. Amazing. Here again is actual footage of the replica they built. We've seen in the harbor, the one that took the stones out on its voyage to Dublin. It could hold, let's see, 65 to 70 warriors. Unbelievable. 30 meters in length, 3.8 meters wide, 60 oars. Incredible. So that's the long one on the other side. And there's not much left. And here's the last one. It's a smaller one. It's not that wide, so it must be or a coastal trading ship, or yeah, I guess a coastal trading ship, or a small fishing boat it is. Yeah. So it would only be used for the coastal waters. Here's a scale model of it. That fishing boat. And we can actually get aboard the boat.
All aboard!
The night train. Oh no, the night ship. That's nice how they've done this to make it an interactive experience. This is the boat. No, it's a bit dark, but you get a feel of it, how wide it actually is, or how small. Yeah, it's a bit dark, I guess. There's a warship.
Just like in your van.
Yeah, just like my van. Bo would like that, to sleep on the skins.
And actually,
It's great how they did this. There's a copy of the helmet they found, and like our guide told, they haven't actually found helmets with horns and stuff like that, like they do in the movies with Vikings, but yeah, some stuff they found. Beautiful necklace, combs from antlers, from reindeer, coins, molds for casting. Scales. An actual game. Sailing routes and trading goods. They went all over the place, these Vikings. All the way to the States. Greenland, the Mediterranean, Eastern Europe, Scandinavia, all the way up to Baghdad. Here's a ring rail they found some actual pieces, so they reconstructed it with a shield behind. Here you can see the size of swords, bows and eggs. The warship. It's quite dark. I guess we can't see anything. The storm is hitting. trying this without microphone and gimbal, but look, there's a crow's nest, like an old bucket in the mast. A nice old boat. I don't think if it's, I don't know if it's, no, it's not. Look at the hull. I don't think they really go out with it, they just live on it. But it's nice. Yeah, this is cool, look at this. It's a hammer on the side of the boat. They use this to put in like a wooden barricade, or I don't know, just poles for another boat ramp or something like that. So it's actually a working boat. And they can extend that mast all to the side somewhere where they need it. Just need to put the camera on again, just talking to the guy on the deck. And it's a very old boat, it's about 100 years old. And it's actually a Dutch lady. Yeah, she's called Henry, but he called her lady, so I'll do it too. She's built in the Netherlands, in Holland. So, and it's still in use. There were a lot of those. It was stone fishers, so they picked up stone from the fjord and the sea bottom for the building of the harbors and foundations and stuff. So yeah, and the actual hammer we saw on the side, they don't know what it weighs. It's never been on a scale, so that's really cool. Like I said, I never expect to meet a Dutch lady here, especially not the Dutch lady called Henry. Hey guys, we are back at the vehicles and we're gonna drive off to Frederiksson now, because that's where we're gonna be tomorrow. We tomorrow we're going to have brunch with Bo again. That's his friend we met last Sunday. Look at that, what's coming by, the VH Scania truck. So we're gonna see Bo again, and then I just gotta watch where Lars is going, what exit he's gonna take on the roundabout, and then he's going around. Okay, no problem. And we're gonna visit the museum again tomorrow, so yeah, looking forward to that too. It's great to get into the culture of the country. Today was really great. I had an amazing day with the Viking ships and everything. That's part of Danish history, and the Danes are very proud of their Viking heritage. So yeah, that's nice. Okay, now just got to see that we find the Raven. Yeah, this was very cool. I've been saying it was really cool today. We are back at the Raven again. We just took an extra round at the roundabout, pulled over at a park space, and now I'm driving behind him again. Let's see if we can move in the camera a little bit so it doesn't shake that much. Yeah, that's better. And yeah, we're off to Roskilde now. No, we're leaving Roskilde now. We're going for Frederiksson. I've been walking around in the museum with no vest on, just with my short sleeves around that, and the marina. It was really nice weather. My temperature, my thermometer on the mirror outside says it's, let's see, 22, 23, yeah, 22 degrees outside. So that's very, very nice. And oh, that's a little deer that got run over. Yeah, so it's beautiful weather this weekend. It's really amazing. Drove past the park we stayed at last night. So from here on it's up north along the fjord. And we get to Fredrikstad again, where we were last week also. So, but I understand we're going to stay at a different spot now, so very curious about that. Nice. It's been so easy to find spots for boondocking and very beautiful spots also. So very curious to see where we end up tonight. We also have to do some shopping, both myself and Lars, so let's see. Just leaving the little supermarket parking. It was a nice big little, nice and clean store. So yeah, we got some stuff, some buns for tomorrow evening. Because we're going for brunch tomorrow, and then yeah, at the same place as last week, so that is very good. And some juice and stuff. So yeah, tomatoes. I like tomatoes. I finished the little ones almost. So yeah, we got some stuff. And Lars had to shop for dinner. I actually already had dinner bought yesterday, so I'm gonna eat that today. It's salad and some smoked mackerel, so I'll have a bun with it. So yeah. So now we're on to Fredrikstad, the area Fredrikstad, and then find our place for the night. Look at that, driving along the fjord again. So I guess we are on the east side of the fjord, driving up. Sheep, lamb. Very nice. We could easily drive onto the grass field here. There was a car park and just boondock right there at the edge. I think no one would probably mind. There's a little marina down there again. Yeah, nice, nice, nice. I believe we are getting close to our spot. It's still quite busy, I believe, but yeah, let's see. Just got to show you guys real quick. Yeah, I did a Dutch video on this upgrade on the van, the little table. I can also use it inside. But I used to put the telescopic foot on the grass. But I just saw there's like a little dent in the down here. So I just put the foot in, adjusted it. You know, I've got no problem with boat going underneath or turning the leash around it, so that's perfect. So little dish, a little table just outside of the van. Yeah, so this is where we parked up now. We can move on when the car's clear, but I don't know. I'm alright here, so let's see. And now we're gonna make some dinner.